this one to do live chat. Phone is done. Oh yes, you good. Yes, you're good. Go live button. Going live. That says it's live. Alright. So we left off with a force repairing itself in its planes at Shanghai because it's very close to an invasion of the Japanese home islands. These are destroyers. I had a couple Barracudas set up. I'm going to wait a little bit, see if I can get those at least reasonably repaired. Yeah, a couple of them do need to wait the whole week cycle anyway. What's this? This is good. This says I'm also streaming it at lower quality than I should be. More of this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to swap over at least a couple of these to give them the mission simply of escorting things through the Celebs and Sulusi. Yeah, I saw one person had the thing set up as waiting before it went live. Error will probably show up in about 40 minutes. Even as the time changes, it's just always 40 minutes. Okay. Cypress brought that plane down all the way over there. Just brushed up against her and gone. Ooh, view on map. What is that? Is the okay? Attack it and then enter combat so that they don't run in and get torn to pieces by their guns. Exactly 39? Yes. Someone in the comments, who was, I have it right here. Nathan Watson requested that one of the King George V is be called Duke of York. The only one that's going to be in play for about the next couple in-game weeks is currently named How. I think I'm going to change her over unless you're super attached to this name, sticking with your force. Iron vessels space near Davos. Yep. No, those are planes, and they're far enough away that it's not an immediate danger. But this is. Yeah, I hope so too. Fortunately, I have how pull out. How come on. All right, she's all the way down here. She has enough health and range that she should be able to do this without too much issues. I want to slow down everyone else that's emerged somewhere. I think that was one of the light carrier groups. Oh, okay. I see how it is. That's, yeah. I was gonna get a name change if she survives this transport attack. And a large portion of the planes got taken out. Wait a minute. Morale mode. I think I left this whole force in morale mode. That's not good. Everybody, fighting time. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that didn't do anything. Yeah. They actually will hurt her because she's using all or nothing. And I'd say they wouldn't sink her, but the health bar system doesn't have any saturation mechanics. Probably because saturation mechanics on this scale about I want Star Shell. The saturation mechanics would just mean that every once in a while one of your shots just randomly does 0 damage. And that wouldn't feel very good. Okay, I have loaded Star Shell. Put Star Shell in the air. Those looks like a fleet. It's probably a convoy. Who is shooting at Intrepid? No one is shooting at Intrepid. Oh, the ghosts. They have their limpet mines. I'm going to pause and save just in case it decides that Intrepid will die. To load up. I think I think that bug would be warranted reload if it just killed the carrier for no reason. So with that security in place, let's get back to how was able to defeat all these. Intrepid taking more damage. No, she looks good. How is taking no damage from almost all the shells that hit her. Yep, I think all the ones so far have bounced off. And, ooh, she gained two of her special abilities already just from this attack. And that should be loading Star Shell. Fire the Star Shell. Yep, she's taken 2 damaging hits. 3. They're also not hitting her very well, but a couple of, at least half of them are bouncing off. Pause. Yeah, I'll leave that there. Pretty sure the carrier out there is not in imminent danger. Oh, that's right, you need it. Occasionally when you're manually instructing them to fire on something, their guns will lock up and not fire. And you can just give them a new heading order, turn heading order, and it'll fix it. Oh, it's a destroyer. Okay, map, pause. Yeah, they almost all of those are down, but there are no shore batteries threatening the carrier. These are more fighters. These are still plenty of ways from healing. I think, are you doing all right? You're headed over there to go check them out. Go to toss these back to truck. That is a downside of the V-Class. Pretty limited range. I'll put a couple of more tribals in the pipeline just for anti-submarine escort on the assumption that, ooh, this is finally ready. The massive amounts of cruisers and carriers can do a good enough job taking care of themselves against planes. Rabaul, you want a shipyard. Is Hong Kong shipyard ready? Rabaul shipyard. Shanghai also has a shipyard, but it is under construction or reconstruction. It was in perfectly fine shape before I assaulted the port. Okay, this is bad. They're attacking at night, but they're fighters? Oh, they came so close. They came so close to being close enough to bring down. Fleet destroyed South Pacific. Engaged defenses at Tuvalu. Nice. Do I have anything to synchronize this with? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. Japan never bothered to take Kiska back. And Control 2, Duke of York. Where are you? There you are. Duke of York. Yeah, those were the super fighters, and they come out of the shipyards with them on board. I'm pretty sure they're statted in the game to compete with the Hellcat and Corsair. I I don't have off the top of my head the specific speed as it applies in the context of the game, or whether they are 3 or 4 dogfight strength. I think it's 4. It might be 3. I don't remember. Okay, 4 days until amphibious assault. Do they have spare planes? No, not a lot of spare planes to go take Tarawa with. Nizam took some damage. And one of these carriers, I think it's this one, Intoxible, is lined up to join her. Are they going to be? Can they resupply through the canal? Yeah, they can resupply through the canal, no problem. No problems at all. So I will stage her closer, and I will stage these forward at truck. Yeah, the worst fighter in the game that the worst fighter used by anything but Britain is better than the best fighter that the Commonwealth gets. Okay. That's destroyed. Okay, this carrier is just kind of covering it with her body. Valorous out of fuel on the way back to truck. Ooh, America has found this convoy and is engaging. That should help it get the war bonds it needs to build more things. There's mortar launches at this port, and now this port. Actually, I will give them defend orders so that they stay loaded in. And slip through. Yeah. No, I want. Where are you? North Pacific, North Pacific, North Pacific. Oh, it says San Diego. Yep. And Mare Island. There should be one at Mare Island. I guess there's not one. There definitely is, but I can't. Clicking on it doesn't bring it up. Fulmar versus Sam. I'm pretty sure Nigel in the back would win because the Fulmars. Well, Fulmar versus Sam, who would win depends on how many Fulmars you have. If you have an entire major port filled with just them, you could probably actually stop Sam's. But you could probably do it better if you had it filled with hurricanes. But the only practical way to keep them at bay is to go bomb whatever's launching them. How are you? Ooh, these might show up in time. Moresby Reserve needs to do more anti-aircraft gun things. Oh, are they? Okay, I think they're down. One flight each? Absolutely the SAM. The SAM also has pretty good range. Not quite the 0, but it's like 800, 900, something like that. That lets it do most of the stuff a carrier wants to do without issue, except abusing the fact that you can put air cover over a convoy within 1,500 miles if you're rocking zeros instead. Oh, these have a couple dual purpose guns. But I want you to head to Kandari. And I just wanted both of you ready. I want one of you fucked over to nothing but fighters. you. Also nothing but fighters because, actually not quite nothing but fighters, but mostly fighters so that I can keep greater air cover in places. This is another Colossus. You can post things on the forums. A lot of stuff gets asked there. I know that the community people are actually pretty active if you reach out to them, but the rate at which things are added isn't super fast. Once I finish this, I'm probably going to pop open my mod for more ships and planes and update it, and then I'll be looking to add even more stuff. It doesn't actually add too much extra things at the moment. Just a couple of quality of life. Most of my time was spent on quality of life, like the submarines, making sure they actually do stuff instead of running out of torpedoes instantly. Okay, this is getting pretty bad. Are they are they hiding? Okay, just run to Cameron right now. What is this? Ooh, this is some cruisers. Is there stuff at Hong Kong yet? Yeah, those are V-class, which means no more ranged destroyers are going to be popping out for a little bit. You're on the longer range tribal class. You are just chilling. Your assault is ready. I think. Yeah, you still have a ways to go. Ooh, here is the light force being attacked by, looks like single carrier force operating near Midway. I don't think the AI will divert this. It might. There's them having destroyed their convoy. I want to see what they do. They keep going on their way. It looks like they're headed towards Iwo Jima, maybe? They might not be headed anywhere. They've launched, got spotters launching. A little bit, yeah. It is missing a couple ships that it probably should have had. There. But for something like the Walrus, which really shakes up how you can play the game, it wouldn't have been really that much of an addition. But the Walrus really prevented it from becoming just a checkbox on make sure you can play all three. There was also no form of lend-lease mechanic, which I'd think would have come out with the minor factions, a way to transfer a base to some other faction, transfer a ship to another faction, or get some of their stuff at a premium. Yep. And through the mod system, without adding something, adding any new models, which I can't figure out how to get with Blender. The only requirement is that the new ship be able to use the index numbers reserved and used by an existing model, and then you could have it use that model with new stats. Yeah. I think the repulse might be renown or repulse could be added depending on how they interact with the Congo's layout, or really any ship. This loud truck out. I think that was a garbage truck picking up stuff. Wonder if it'd be easier to send it north. Probably not. You know what? It probably would. I'm gonna try it. See what happens. My volume back. I think my volume's back on. Yep. Cool. What is this? This is a carrier. It's being staged for meeting up with there. Is there any fuel here? No, not yet. There will be. More speed. Destroyers. We bring those forward to Truck Lagoon. I'm gonna do it just to see what happens if I. Will they let it happen? Will it be just another thing that America has to fail to capture? Aaron, yeah. Yep, you're coming to dock. You have 4 light carriers. I'll send you to go raid. Okay, they've locked out of delivery. These planes, they're almost ready to swap over. Okay, is this scouted now? Okay, so take that and take that. Yeah, yeah. The lack of any CAs is a bit much because you basically have no cruiser forces. Your cruisers can defend you against planes and destroyers, but any more than that, and they struggle immensely. Go to 85. That one was grabbed. Tuvala has been taken. So now go to repair, replenish, etc. There. What is that? Just torpedo boats. And torpedo boats can be dealt with like that. Everyone else is in good shape. It looks safe to bring these forward. And then this group is going to run this down and see if they can find it. Find out what it's made of. While we're waiting. Oh, I just realized that I don't need to swap anywhere near all of them over. I forgot that when I was doing my count. Venerable. Guess I'm just gonna have reserves of planes in vast amounts. The French BB, I think, but for its issue with the morale equations, it's actually pretty good. From an American campaign, it's very good because it's better than everything but the Iowa for strictly carrier escort duties, so it has a niche, and you get to start building it for that niche right away. Is pretty expensive for an early game BB, but it's actually kind of a mid game battleship in a lot of contexts, which means it's valuable to have and you can start putting it out almost immediately. Do I want to slow down? I think the answer is no. Grab whatever Wake has and then head over to see what these are. Actually, just head there right away. See what happens. That'll be a force with 8 fleet carriers and 3 battleships between them. it's unlikely anything can do too much damage to it. Citadel. Swap, 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 swaps. Swap, 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 swap. Yeah. These light carriers are going to be covered in other things that can deal with all their problems. So all that remains is to make sure they can get the biggest groups of planes into the air. Bring these forward because there are 4 cruisers there. There are fewer non-carriers than there are carriers in that group by 1. Only 1, but okay. You're waiting for your buddies to arrive and repair. Enemy fleet destroyed in the North Pacific. Looks like they found something. Ooh, that is a spotter being launched. And I don't have the range. This one appears to be on a scouting mission. Those came off a plane. They have 1,000-mile range, so they're up there. But as long as this overwhelming force is ignoring it, I think it's safe to just hide on the other side of them. They have found something. Continue. No, don't continue. Richelieu has plenty of guns. The destroyers don't have the range. Okay, a couple of them showed up right there. I'm gonna slap you down there. And Richelieu, you over there, you over there, you over there. And max speed and max speed. And now they should open up immediately. Yep, even the carrier, nope, those are the cruisers getting in on it. So those two just pop, which is nice. There's the fleet. There's the fleet. And planes go investigate. Yeah, that means you. It doesn't mean you don't have enough escorts. It means you have almost enough carriers. Okay. Okay, and I want you in between. There should be enough ammo in the force to destroy everything. I'm not eager to spend too many planes. Actually, I am. I definitely am. Because once these just actually land. Once these destroyers are down, I'm willing to throw all the planes at them because those destroyers could have dual purpose guns. I think this one doesn't, and I think Akatsuki doesn't, even though it technically gets the 100mm turrets. These are actually the Akizuki's guns assigned on the model and in the files. I'm almost certain it doesn't get their dual purpose functionality. But those are the turrets and the guns that it shouldn't have. Who has the best dive bombers? The Dauntless is, I think, the best early game dive bomber. And then the Helldiver is basically a Dauntless with a little bit less range, a bit better speed, and the tough attribute. It's pretty good. Japan gets the Judy, and that one's actually not significantly better than the Dauntless. It might not be. It might be worse. It's definitely not Britain, because that would have to be the Barracuda, and the Barracuda doesn't have the range or speed to contend for the slot. Okay, now the destroyers are down. I want you all launching your planes at the things that have no anti-aircraft guns. That could be bad. Need to make sure nobody does anything stupid. Macau, Aiden, how are you doing? Hong Kong is doing good. Richelieu almost did, but she dodged. They've all opened fire. The ships are clumped up and easy to hit. Was that thing shooting back? Yes, it was. But I was worried it was something bigger than it was. Okay, everybody's opening fire. What is this? Get back there. Russia used almost all of her gun ammunition. So I'll have to look for the chance to rotate her out. Ooh, who is this? TBF Avengers showing up. Hey, hey, hey! America. Thanks, America. They kind of showed up when it was already a moot point. So now we know that they did indeed take the Avenger instead of the Devastator. The Helldiver, I think is it the Helldiver? Yeah, the Helldiver can occupy the slot of Torpedo Bomber and Dive Bomber. But it looks like these ones came out while it was max leveled and used the Avenger because its Torpedo Bomber role is listed first. And that is 4 carriers worth of torpedoes against a tiny cargo ship. I think they're all going to miss. Another thing to notice is that they are almost all in really tight groups instead of anywhere near a uniform spread. Now that those are all resolved, ooh, they turned in, which means I can send a flight of fighters over there so we can get a look at them. Probably, unless there's some weird bug going on. Okay, these Charlie Squad. For planes, they have the Avenger, the Helldiver, the Dauntless, the Devastator. They have their Wildcat, Hellcat, Corsair. There might be another one I'm forgetting. Oh, actually, just land. I'll send them up from another carrier. Go there. Why are you here? Okay, there. Now, they shouldn't be too long of a flight away, and we can see what class of carrier and battleship they're using. They appear to be going faster than standard battleships. So I have a hunch that they are at least using a North Carolina. Alright, where's... Okay, all 3 of them are in this group. 2 of them, yeah, 2 of them are right there. Do they have another thing? I know they don't have the SBC-24. Okay, they turned around. They should not be turning around. If I say defend, does that make you go... Alright, now they've been given an order that should have them flying across the force. Yep, they're back grouped up. And pretty soon they should be flying directly over it. I've seen this bug where you can't, no matter what you do, you just can't find allied task forces because they won't friggin' render in. And if you bring a ship towards them, like I'll tell them to defend it so that they close, they should start jumping around instead of rendering in. Now, are you guys ready to go? Alright, so America doesn't want to be our friend, so we're going to have to just crash the party they're going to. And we're going to have to make sure that there is no party except us, and then they'll have to pay attention to us. Do I have enough planes? Tentatively I have enough planes. Might have enough planes. More speed reserve. Versatile. You're getting off the train here. And more speed reserve. You're moving up to Hong Kong. Singapore, you're good. Ooh, carrier. Inexorable. You're moving up to Hong Kong too. Singapore should still be building V-class destroyers for a while. There. Put some of those in the queue. Ah, yes, they could be building a Richelieu as well. Actually, I think at least a couple of these are really, really low on ammo. Yeah, Richelieu is out of ammo. You have ammo here? Shell, yes she does. That should be enough to top her off if I use a trick. And I'm going to divert you straight to the target so that I can get a battleship to them faster. We appear to be closing. We did just pick up 2 knots of speed by sending Richelieu. No, we didn't. She's in good spirits and thus is not having issues. Okay, reserve planes not being used for anything. I don't think any other plane port has a super good place to use anything. Okay. How's this fleet doing? This fleet is heading back. They are moving at crippled speed because of Nizam. Nizam, you're gonna do that to your buddies. You can find your own way home. Now they appear to be separating. Yep, with Nizam going home alone. Oh, ooh. Carrier says they should be really close. That's so on the map I see R2 formations and then I see nothing. Not even a box on the horizon. I might figure out how to do that. It does take a lot of time to do anything in WoodP, so you do get iterations. If you're interested, I'm currently staging everything to finish invading Sakhalin. I decided to start there because I heard it had oil and it was less than 7,000 miles away from Seattle, which means it's basically America's sphere of influence, so I had to take it. You know, basically. Okay, so they're flying all their spotters around. There, go. There, you guys launch a plane. Barracuda is now headed over there. We should be converging according to this map. Yep, we are headed east by south, west, southeast. Yeah, it does have oil. And for some reason, Japan had like 2 million resource units just sitting there when I took the northernmost port. Yeah, needed to liberate it. Yeah, the only thing that was defending the landing zone was a single oil tanker with a patrol boat. It'd seen the recon for a while, and the AI just didn't believe it, so it kept running its tankers there. Okay. Keep going. Pause. Where does it think the plane is? Okay, it thinks the plane is way far past them. Yeah. There's not going to be too many next campaigns for the foreseeable future because in about a week I'm headed to Europe and I'm going to be doing Europe things and not streaming things. Yeah, it's okay. So this bug has been in the game for as long as I have been able to test it, but it's basically impossible to locate a task force from your allied nation, except for their convoys. In that WITPA game, I didn't have to fight the KP. They split it up, and like 4 or 5 of them At least three of them went down in the first 2 months, and then I found another one somewhere time later. So I have the freedom to do things like sail the USS Wasp within like 500 miles of the Japanese coast without really getting punished for it, because it takes the bot a bit of time to react to having to put its training squadrons into attack mode. And then when they do, you can at least absorb the damage for a little bit, long enough to run away. Uh, I'm gonna. Uh, I'm pretty disappointed that we don't get to, yeah, just chill out with them. They might render in at some point. Okay, those are fighter skirmishes. Are you all out of bomber planes on all of you? Yeah, you are. So head back home. Pollock Poppin, do you have better stuff? You have some stuff. You have some stuff? A little bit. Gonna send you to Ambon. It's not much. It's about the same distance. Okay. These guys are about to drop all the frames and then some bombs. Yep. Moro Gulf. Okay, that's Philippines. Yeah. In the Witpa game, I wonder. The biggest question on my mind is how many divisions would Japan have at its disposal to defend the home islands when it's doing everything else? Like, how many would they put here? Would I just jump on there and take it? Or would there be like a quarter million dudes waiting? Yeah. Bzz, 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 bzz. There's hordes and hordes and hordes of them. Oh, there goes the frames. That means that the spices they've launched. French into China. Oh, the bombers are here. Did I at least prepare the carrot? Okay, I'm gonna need those in the air. Hainan, do you have? Okay, at Hainan, I'm going to replace some of these with Fulmars. They're cheap, and instead of the swordfish, I'm gonna run these. They're cheap and they're really bad, but they have better range than the Hurricane, which is important for being land based. So they have a better chance of being able to reach out and provide a little bit of assistance. Bombers set all the bombers, and I will run them down these bearings to attempt to spotters. Set all the walruses to spotters, and I'm gonna be in there for about a month at Britain, specifically England and London, and then a trip to the Netherlands for a week to meet some people. Okay. But these are carrying all the frames away. This convoy is Moresby. Destroyers. I want you also at truck. And I need more of these. Ooh, Brisbane has a destroyer to send somewhere. Oh, just go straight there. What do you have? Ooh, Alsace Lyonnaise. I don't know how to spell that one. I'm gonna pretend. No, go straight to truck, just in case I don't check back in with you. Actually, that would require going through some open ocean. I'm gonna take the diagonals. because it'll probably get me there faster. Battleship, come on. Battleship. Go to truck. The carrier group here is hanging out on top of the ghost of the American force. 116 at Melbourne. Oh, inevitable. I want you. Yeah. Yeah, it was designed to have long range, but the current, as it's implemented, it only has 678 NMI range, which means someone needs a stern talking to about the definition of long range. Fly convoy under attack from submarines. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. Ouch, ouch. Guess it's time to move these around. Do you have anti-sub assets? Are any of you in anti-sub mode? No, none of you are. Why are some of you in the wrong mode? What are you? You. I want you moving north. Thank you. More planes here as they do their fighter skirmish things. How is she doing? She's doing perfectly fine to rejoin. It looks like the American force might be turning around. And if they do, they might actually take back Midway. And I think I'm going to have to let them have it just so they don't stay completely derped out about not being able to get any forward bases. Okay, Japan is taking all the fighters. Okay, you have more people who should be putting fighters in the air. If you do it. Put them up. Yeah, don't have. I wish there was some manner of escort mechanic in the game. Yep. Put all these up and hope that not all of the planes die to the fish dog. Vessels need. Oh, that's ambitious. I wonder how it's going to work out for them. I'll just wait until those walruses are ready because I don't have anything coming in or out of it for a while. Matter of fact, I'll just put some tribals in there. A couple more. How many bombers are there left? Gauge Sasebo. Graph. Been spotted all over the place. There's lots of planes doing plane things. They appear to be absorbing the damage completely fine. Convoy pair has been lost. Intractable, you're moving here. And the order is okay. Give me the ability to raid, and then raid. And don't worry about the rest. There are plenty of tankers and things around that I'm not worried about at the moment. There's a lot less than there usually is by the time I'm getting here. The enemy has launched an assault on Wake. I'm glad I moved the battleship out. Okay, it looks like they're about to finish leveling it. Do they have any strike planes with which to finish leveling it? No, they don't. That means it's time to find a flight with which to scout and leave. Scout. Scout. And you are headed back in hopes of coming next time with even more planes. Hong Kong refilled. Then I want you at Shanghai because that's where I am, making my back and forth runs to get the foothold on Japan. I think I might have to leave this silly little American force to actually do stuff. Aircraft has been spotted. Okay, that was the wrong. I forgot to select them. Enter combat. Yeah, I didn't hit the buttons fast enough. Alright, it took almost no damage. Ooh, 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 America loaded in. America loaded in. Let's see what's going on. They have, looks like some wicks. Some wicks. They're Clemson's. They got a whole, looks like most of what they built was Clemson's for the destroyer screen. Do they have anything that isn't a Clemson? Why did you build these instead of any of your Fletchers or Gridleys or anything with dual purpose guns? Here is. No, that is USS California with her derpy turret animation. She is separated, so they are slowed down. Chester. That is. I think that's an early game cruiser. Houston. Yep. No, they're decent heavy cruisers to have. Houston, Chester, Savannah is a light cruiser. That's one of the 15 gun light cruisers. I forget specifically which one. Let's see if the carriers load in. Oop, there they are. Wasp, Wasp, Yorktown. They have Wasp, Wasp, Hornet, Yorktown. Which is this? Is this the Essex? I don't think this is the Essex. Those are single 5-inch guns, which I think means they are Hornet. Yeah, U.S. has a standard battleship with it. I don't know why. Yeah, they built a standard. Yeah, and one of their big 16-inch ones. Is this what the? Okay, this is a different design than this and this. Okay, so they have two different class of carrier, and they built them all at the same time, which I think means this is Yorktown and Essex. Yeah. Oh, and they instantly de-rendered. They instantly de-rendered. That's why you can't see them. They keep de-rendering. That's cheap. Well, now we know that it looks like it's a pair of Yorktowns and a pair of Essex. Let me pull that up in another tab. Essex class carrier. What were its armament? Those are radars, fire control, 4 twin, four or single. Yep, those should be double turrets. Do the Yorktowns use 8? Um, yeah, I think Yorktowns is an accurate estimate. I'm not sure why they are different looking though. I can still keep on following them just for kicks. It looks like the aircraft showed up, attacked one of their carriers, and it's almost down. But they're not turning around or anything. And actually, did you get the scout off? If you did, can you call and keep calling? I'd love to have that sitting there because they did just fire their invasion. They have torpedo boats and torpedo boats. Come on, take, 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 take. Call it again. Come on, call it again. Did you run out of planes? Did you run completely out of planes? Completely? All of them. Absolutely every single one of you. No one has a bomber left, and I didn't force them to keep any of the walruses in reserve. I should have had these on spotters or something so they didn't fire them early. Yeah, wasp. I'm kind of disappointed that it looks like they didn't build up a bunch of Essex class. I'm gonna have to abandon the attempt to take it immediately and come back later. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. She does have her dual purpose guns back, but she is 3, needing to get back on proper crew mode. As long as she doesn't take too much damage, she should stay above the threshold. And back in and resume. She's firing. She's at 30 knots. She's shooting her guns every which way. And she should have been turning a long time ago. Let's just pop all of these. Every single one of them. Down at a quarter speed so I can figure out what's going on. Judy's are taking heavy losses, but not heavy enough. Because I think just 4 bombs is enough to do enough to send her home. That's not good. No, no, no. One of them hit. One of them hit hard. The others are still bombing her. Is that her healing in the turn? Yeah, she's healing over hard in the turn. It might be mechanics from roll from taking on water, but I don't think it is. Ooh, one of those things I hit brought her up to 46 knots. And we are going to be wanted to head south anyway. Which one of those? I think that was backs against the wall. Let's press it. Does it do it? No, I think Masters of High Seas did it. There are a couple that let you super engine boost for about 30 seconds. And those are Hawker Hurricanes showing up late, bailing her out. There's more. Those are torpedo bombers, which I think she can cope with because she is very fast, and she does have at least some dual-purpose AA. Yep, 6 4-inch guns per side. So 1, 2. I forget where they are. Oh, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's engaging them, and I want to turn out and push all the buttons. Now, unless those are dropped at really weird angles that wouldn't make sense, they are going to miss. Yep. Nice. Are those more bombers coming? Nope, those are retreating. America does have some planes around. Yeah, she's pretty good at running away. Yep, run to truck. Now I'm gonna send these two in to merge with her so she doesn't get too sunk. I think, yeah, these the fighter skirmishing is started. I think the only help that the American force is going to be is having eaten that strike and by ensuring that we'll win the fighter hordes. More torpedo bombers coming. That suggests that there's at least 2 carriers, because that's another 12 bombers. That's 14. That's another. So they have more than one carrier in play, because the AI doesn't know to go any pure loadout, so it wouldn't be able to carry enough. It would need 8 flights, and I don't think it gets 8 torpedo bomber flights. I think it gets like between 8 and 11-ish flights total to use. Oh, they're dive bombers. I thought I saw torpedo bombers. Okay, turn broadside the side, and that should allow the AA guns to start opening up a bit earlier. It still shouldn't do too much till the dive starts because of the significant altitude. And just by keeping up a turn, we should be where they aren't ready for as soon as they get past their altitude of no adjustment. I think they are there. She's there. Can she pop her powers? I think Master of the High Seas. I think these are eating up morale. Yes. Wow, those are all the way over there. She pulled just hard enough not to take the splash. Last time she took them right along the belt. And now I want to turn back around to start heading towards my destination and to make sure they stay in the dual-purpose guns field of fire for as long as possible. Nope, they're climbing up that way. As long as there's at least one going home, they can get more planes. There we go. All down. No, not all down. There's more on the map. Yes, all down. I saw red dots, but there was nothing to them. And Hawker Hurricanes finally showed up. There are some spotters south of us. America is completely committed to leaving. The raids against Japanese islands should get much easier as they run out of bases to support each other with 0 fighters. I think I'm far enough away that I can assign them to defend her. Oh, did you see that? It's locking onto American spotter planes. Yes, I'm pretty sure it does. It has the full set of dual-purpose AA guns, which you don't get until North Carolina, South Dakota, Iowa. And it also has a very high mid-range AA stat. Plus it has all the bells and whistles of technological warfare that you could ask for. Enemy vessels, North Pacific. There they are. It was 1 carrier the whole time. So my miss ID of those in my brain somehow is torpedo bombers instead of just dive bombers. It did give me the wrong impression of what was being faced. Thought that would go a lot faster. Okay, B class, you all hang out together. And then you come back. You guys move up in the world. I think all their bombers and strike planes have been depleted by all the fighter skirmishing with the American force. Enemy aircraft, Jeju Islands. What are these? Bombers. I don't think they understand how much AA is here. I don't know. He's like 20, at least 23 minutes later than usual. Everyone here is moving at 25 knots in order to bring along these little flat tops. There should be bombers showing up somewhere. Yep, that looks like one port's worth of Emily's. Um, I'm gonna have you swing wide a little bit on your way to go collect from Sydney. Ooh, what are these? Ooh, 3 carriers. Where do I want these? I want them at truck. One way or another, truck is a pretty good way to get where I need them. V class. Go to bases and stuff. And that means that there are free slipways available. Put one of you in and one of you. The subs are just doing subby things. Truck is almost ready to start building things. Hong Kong still a ways away. Hong Kong, do you have a carrier? Yep, a carrier that needs to go to Shanghai. And you are also a carrier that needs to report to Shanghai. Uh, it's pretty bad because, well, all AA is translated into dual purpose guns, mid range, and local AA. Local and mid range, local and the standard AA strike are categorized kind of like just a damage aura that shoots at planes and deals damage distributed at a rate amongst the things it's shooting at. It's the spaghetti streamers that you see going around, and that is something that almost no Japanese ship actually gets any of. It would be the mid-range. Well, they get a little bit of local AA on almost everything, but they don't have any mid-range AA of that mid-range AA because it's all terrible. Everything that would be competing for that range is the 25 millimeter gun that isn't super effective at it. The American and British have access to things like 40 millimeter in their a bunch of different configurations, and those are what provide that AA strength with about 5 kilometer range. It does mean that most of the stuff that helps you against dive bombers when they deepen the dive isn't there on Japanese planes, and it does cut into their total kill numbers. All right, those are going to be repairing. Ooh, are they already all repaired? Intractable is still damaged, and there's still a lot of fuel that they need. But amphib. Okay. I'm gonna bring her here. Yeah, we took all the AA. Go amphib, and then if you're still around, raid. I'm okay taking it a little bit slower because I'm expecting to need at least one more trip. Somebody's out of fuel. It's the V classes destroyers. We'll send them all back here. We wait for fuel to come to them. Yep, this has at least only a little bit of fuel actually. Kind of disappointed in how little there is. Oh, are you locked out of delivery? That'd be pretty bad. Yeah, send these all up there. Cruiser destroyer. What do you have? You have one carrier. Send you up. If I get enough of them to arrive, I won't need to worry about keeping them all in the front line all the time, and I can rotate them off of duty for a little bit. Need Right now I just need little things that have better range than the V class. Oh, what did they spot going through? Whoa! Ooh, Japan built one. That that is ooh, huh? That is a large score waiting to happen. These just sank. I think that was 1-1-1 again. 1-1-1, and they are now in need of grouping up that truck. Incorrigible is joining here. John Bart getting back in the main group. They're headed home. You're headed home. You're headed anywhere but home. Yeah, because Japan can keep making things like this. They'll have the war bonds to do it and the space to keep up with attrition more or less. Okay, bye. I'll try to keep points on your tally if anything happens. The assault on Sasebo has launched. Aircraft spotted. Okay. Korea Island. Jeju Island. Sebo. Korea. Jeju. And her combat. Oh, they're still hitting her. I'll have to send her back. Alright. You're right in the middle. How is anything hitting you? Wait a minute. Are these on morale mode at the moment? There goes all of the planes. And all my frames. Okay. Zoom back out. And we teleported again somehow. Sasebo. We've occupied Sasebo. It just didn't change the color of anything at all. Okay. Massive amounts of planes are doing plane things. Um, Now down at the bottom, I should find all of you together. Loop up, join, make, and return. And you're going to be needed here in case this acts up. When it acts up, really. How many points is that? That's 2 battleships, 4 carriers. Aircraft, Komandorsk. Shimokoshi. No, I need you guys to go home. Not you. You need to keep up the raid, and then keep up the raid. Make sure that they can't use this whole area at all. There are a lot of cargo ships moving around. Looks like they. Okay, they keep doing this. They keep slip sliding around. What is. Did they respot? Okay, that is Bilal launching a spotter that hopefully will pick it up. Send you all forward places. Engage coastal defenses and land. Take this. Once you have all that, I want you to can you slow down so it stops bugging out quite so much. Come on. 哦, they have it lit up in a way that prevents that. So I need you to raid. You should be about 100 miles further away from it, and actually in zero danger of engaging shore battery equations. Continue. Yep, you engage shore batteries. You did. You sank that. Sank that. Now I need a carrier with some grounded planes. Just a few. Two. Let's go. 5 more days till let me call it. The earliest of the carrier reinforcements is coming to view. James, come on. So they've scouted it and damaged it. Scouted. Attack. Now it's instantly dropped all the frames because it needs to do that. Yep. And as soon as you're done, head here. I am going to need to replace all these cruisers. More cruisers. And more destroyers. Who's next on the build queue? A couple more destroyers. What are you doing? You ready to build things? Build me cruisers. And you build me extra war bonds because I don't know what else to do with them. Days. You're here to repair. Everyone is here hoping to refuel. Come on, deliver. You're moving up because the Philippines are very dangerous. They're an escort carrier here for very little reason. Okay. Actually, through Guam is probably a better angle. Battleship repair. Is it down on morale again? No, it isn't. It's just long cooldowns. One day until assault. Those are just torpedo boats. And I think because it is one day, I'm going to send you here. Pause. Shift Q. Q. Go. And as soon as you finish it, mop up all the convoys available to destroy. Ship launches. That's where you are. What did you engage? 5 cargo ships. Not a big deal. If they're just cargo ships, actually. Ship occupied. Nagasaki being invaded. Yep. All of them are gone. No losses, no damage. Do I want to divert you? No. I would like to have small groups of carriers available for exactly those convoy raiding purposes. Pause. What do you have? Do you have anything useful? No, nothing useful. But because you're so far back, I can make sure that you have priority nothing for convoys to arrive. Priority none, none, none. Singapore, yes. Helicopter, sure. Saigon, none. 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 Hong Kong, Cameron, Moser, Shanghai. Oh, it's a lot of different things. This is a carrier doing carrier thingies. There. That's a group of 2 carriers that have carrier things set up about them. Your ships that are doing not much, that are ready to be assigned to something. You need your assault to finish. Okay, you launched another one. Nagasaki occupied. Now while you're here, actually pause so that it doesn't drop frames every time I do this. I want you to bring down all of that and then head back there and I will repair you, reinforce you, and send you to do the same trick again. Many fleets are being destroyed. Many fleets. They are all be destroyed. Okay. Deliver. Yep. Now your delivery is finished and you're headed home. That's good. Okay. We're about to have both of them here and ready for action. Why are you here? Deliver. Yes. Now go collect. Ooh, what is this? 2 carriers. I'll send those forward to truck. Cruiser forward to truck. Destroyer. Okay. You're not quite ready to depart yet. You will be very soon. You are almost ready to depart. You need to go into there. And then I have 9 destroyers of the bad sort. Then 1 there so they look a little better. You call that good. You're not of the bad sort. You're joining here into the destroyer screen. And in a bit, they're going to leave for Palau and then to finally wrap up this salient. You'll need to prepare for a bit. Ooh, port income increased to 1,000 as things are repairing. And while those are doing that, I think it's time toss in a little bit of cargo ship spam because there are a tremendous amount of carriers in play. That's a convoy trying to do things at Maizuru. That is the Japanese carrier force harassing the supply lines. I hate to break it to you, but it's not going to matter when I have all your shipyards. Moresby Reserve merging in. Carrier in the carrier group. Cruisers in the cruiser group. Destroyers in a destroyer group. Now they are healing up and healing planes. Hong Kong. Let me toss you out so you can properly heal. Okay, you are all preparing. I want you to come here and then take more of this because there are more planes. This has more planes than it did last sortie, and the opponent has much fewer fighters than they did last time. That disparity is going to continue to increase. Alright. There's a whole bunch of thingies showing up here, but it's time that these two went and did things. Where are you? Go here, and then and G to Taklaban. Okay, while we're here, I'm gonna do it. I should have hit the pause button first so I could get the queue up properly. And then when the aviation fuel supply crashes, this is going to be disastrous because it's finite capacity and they're burning through it because they all launch at the same time. I should be manually dropping strike waves through this system. Come on, game, come on. Who needs frames? Aircraft spotted by Kur. They saw the planes and decided they needed to do it, and my fighters are not going to just allow them to do nothing. Convoy Easy has been lost. As soon as they launch their plane, yeah, they've got enough planes in the air. No, not now. keep them from using up too much. The enemy fleet, they're destroyed, and now they are low. I need you to raid. Raid. No, I want you. You know what? Given that this is the sort mission profile, you just do you. You do you. Who has planes on the deck to launch? Oh, okay. It's processing the landing operations of all those planes. Come on, computer, come on. This is supposed to be semi-beefy. Predator laptop is just not doing it. I don't think I've ever seen the game crash because of this intensity, but there should definitely be some means by which to authorize it to chill out and maybe launch all the planes as a treated as a single entity from single all the planes that are dive bombers of the same type as a single entity from the carrier. Okay, pick all of you. Attack. Inexorable. You have you. Grab all of you. Launch this attack. That's not the carrier I'm looking at. Stick you all together. And cruiser, stick you in there. And then resupply, and then stick you out. 8 destroyers. Destroyers, I'm gonna send you to Guam. Truck. You're building some feeds. Good. Um, Given that they're gonna get snapped up by fighters, I'll just let them pass for now. No, don't you do it. Do not launch all your fighters early. You know what? Actually, do exactly that. You have so many that I think you can actually beat them, and it will decrease the losses of the bombers. It'll also probably decrease the frames by a ton. That is an acceptable loss. If Japan wanted to do something about this, they would probably have to take something in this area. Maybe as far as back as this, it would force me to turn around or else be completely cut off from all reinforcements of any sort. As it stands, they are content to do not that and just kind of hit and run, which is all right when it looked like they only had one carrier, but now that it's clear that they have a force there with four, that one should be playing much more aggressively. The two other fleet carrier groups are currently moving on the Philippines to give them no place to hide. I expect that together, and perhaps even alone, they'll be able to take that group on. So it's not super concerning or dangerous to have them out there while another group of carriers is assembling to find something to do. Okay, down, 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 down. Alright, they did naturally transition to the next one. That's good. I have a bunch of fighters that I need to send on a scouting mission while they're raiding Cure. I think Cure is there because the vowel is. I doubt that he is silent. There's the frame drop for the plane recovery, and then there's going to be some frame drop for the plane's relaunch. And then it's going to be some bomb drop, and then more for frame drop, and then they should turn back and start sailing this way. Coastal defense is secure. Hooray. Hiroshima is scouted. Yep, and just keep sending them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give them all their anti-plane upgrade. And also queue up a U to make sure I have more logistic stuff going on. Where's B? What are you doing? I want you actually to 1, 2, 3, put those in circulation. Ball, you're still not ready. Truck, you build things that are useful. Sydney, please put more of these groups in circulation. Just have them floating around in places. These appear to have returned. They're either returning to their place and finding them empty, but it looks like they might not be affected by that bug and are instead headed to their home ports, which just so happen to be destroyed or about to be destroyed. The group of fighters should allow the scouting to happen, and then they're coming in range of Maizuru. They are in range of Maizuru, I think. An aircraft has been spotted in Hiroshima Bay. Enter combat. There's so many AA guns here, they should have no chance. I don't know why they ended up in these little places, but they did. Are these planes? Torpedo boats? Pause. Is anyone here in morale mode? Looks like, oh, wrong button again. It looks like those are system and unable to fire messages. Yeah, they're in morale mode. Let's fix that. I don't think they'll need the morale buff when everything they're doing is crushing with very little losses. Ouch frames. What are all these? These are all the cruisers assigned to the group. It's only 4. And the destroyers. They are chasing off all of these little PT boats. They are sitting in Hiroshima, having teleported around because that bug wasn't completely fixed. Moresby. On the way forward. These guys are decently far. So we're just hanging out. Deliver to Shanghai. Actually, can you not deliver to an enemy home port? It's still a home. Well, it's my home port now. It generates supplies. It generates supplies. It generates supplies. That solves a lot of the issues I was having and having to come up with solutions for. As soon as I have one of these, it starts generating supply. Except this one is technically not a home port, despite being real close to it. Okay, you do your thing. Okay, now that you've done that thing, pause, grab your fighters, and scout it. Where's one of the fighters on the deck? You. Scout it. Created a truck. I'll see if they make it through the amount of enemy action. I'm not afraid of Okinawa. It will scout them, but I don't think they have much in the way to act upon that scouting knowledge. If they do, the carrier force comes out, and it continues to get flushed out or sunk. Okay, what are you trying to do? Okay, and pause. All right. So I want you to head here, and then amphib, amphib, amphib. Go. There's the amphib on them. And now it is just waiting to consider them as having landed. Okay, you're on the way. It does look like we've occupied Hiroshima. There. Oh. Okay, you should be able to catch and sink some of those on your way, and then have you report to Nagasaki. Okay, where's my carrier force at? Alright, right here. Nope, right there now. It's warping around at speed of sound. Okay, go there and then report to back at Hiroshima, which should start generating some. Yep, there it is. Slowly ticking up its supplies, which should help provide the replenishment bombs, torpedoes, and avgas needed to continue the campaign. Now grab some there. Just kind of cycle through the two ports. Get everything you need. And do I have some things staged at Guam? Yes, I do. I'm going to send this group and tell them go. Just go there. Don't care. And in case something goes wrong, I'll pop 4 bonds into that for defensive purposes. Enter combat just in case. Collapse all the squadron displays so I can reach there. Why is there a squadron here? Oh, it's completely bugged now. Inevitable, go in there. Valkyrie, go in there. Call that good enough. There. And all the planes against a convoy with no destroyer escort. Ooh, the short batteries are taking them out. I'd like to see that happen. They have the coast defense guns up and running again. They're using them to give them what for. Alright, Nagasaki and Sasebo, you guys are generating pretty quickly. Because at present, I have roughly half of they're alternating between just over half of the total supply that Japan as a faction has access to. Because there isn't a way by which to have them generated elsewhere. Yep, and come to Hiroshima. They're generating in picks of a couple hundred. Nagasaki and Sasebo actually have very nice amounts. I'll send you there just to see what happens. And is the damaged battleship ready to yes, she is. She's ready to rejoin her fleet. Do I really want to stretch that immediately? I think no. Well, I think triangles are fun. And yep, those are the PT boats and the convoys off doing convoy things. Nagasaki is generating more than you can store. I'd like to see that happen. Jupiter. How many of these are spares? These are pretty much spares. I'll take these and send them to Kur. How are you doing on consuming the aviation fuel inside? Are you in any risk of running out? Ooh, they are definitely chewing up a bunch. They are down by about 2,000 each, but they do each have about 2,000 more to use. Which to me suggests that it is time. So I will send them to meet up. Melbourne, what do you have for us? More cruisers. Send them to Guam. Actually, don't send them to Guam. Send them to merge with this group that's building up at Truck. And you would merge with this group building up a truck. Mizuru building up decently. Yeah, decently. That's a spotter from Okinawa. For engaged coastal defenses. Nice. There's the shot of war bonds from taking, you know, the that's ground installation going down. Convoy at Wellington, but okay, Melbourne, good. Yeah, it's kind of wound down, so I'm going to. I think I should be able to make one attempt at taking these two, and then see what happens. Ah, that's right. The shipyards have to spend a long time repairing. Island of Mindanao. Please get your fighters in the air. From Port Tacloban. Did that? But yes, it did. Cool. Whoa, what's the, that's okay. This is not good. This is not good. Where are all the cruisers at? They need to get moved forward. Jean Bart, you need to get stuck in immediately. M3 fleet. Make sure the fleet isn't on morale mode. Some of them are. Just John Bart. And then back into combat on them. Okay, it does. Yeah, it looks like they are winning the gunfight pretty handedly at the expense of destroyers and my frame rate and all those bombers coming back. Oh, yep, you're finally here. So if you're catching up, these two fleets have been sent to take the bottom two islands of the Philippines. Go, actually, take out these because they're hunting scores. Most of the Japanese capital ships are down for the count. The only thing that's been spotted recently is a thing with four. Yeah, have fun with whatever you're busy with. Okay, there's now more of them. Yeah. Oh, you're done with it? Cool. Okay, yeah. This happened while you were gone. And because these are home ports, they generate the assorted supplies that are needed. Except this one is not categorized as home port, which means that there is now plenty of aviation fuel right here. And I don't have to ship it from all the way over here anymore. The carrier group from Operation Spicy is preparing to do its job to finish off Japan's last construction capable ports. And then it'll just be a matter of hunting down the group with the four carriers in the Philippines. I'm gonna have to call this real soon here. About the next 5 minutes. Yeah. Mindanao's bombers are all the way over there for some reason. I want you to go right there, and I want you to put some fighters on a recon. Are you launching a recon mission? You are on an attack mission. M in. Come on, M in. These are about to have a bad time. Yep, there we go. There's a lot of more ships around causing trouble. Yep. What you missed was mostly face rolling over Japan. We did finally manage to close so close to the American carrier group that it rendered it in. Apparently, the draw distance for ships that aren't yours or the enemy's is like tighter than the radius of this task force. Yep, those are not a concern. What they did have was about 18 Clemsons. Like, all their cruisers were reasonably decent heavy cruisers. And then their carriers looked like two pairs, probably Hornet and Wasp class. No, it was like Yorktown. Yorktown, that's the class. Are they engaging something? They're not. Yeah, you finish off those ships near you before moving forward. The groups over here are almost ready. There's always so much aviation fuel in these until you need to get a bunch real quick. There's something like 30,000 that they can carry about 30,000 more in this task force here. This group is launching its planes and doing its damage. G fleet mass 124. Those are the carriers. Yes. Okay. So now I want you to sail out of the inland sea and go. Ooh, Tokyo spotters. Tokyo spot Yakusuka. And then tell them to open the country. What are the rest of the objectives? Marshall Islands, and then Iwo Jima. It wants Iwo Jima, Okinawa, and the Philippines and the Marshall Islands. The Iwo Jima, Okinawa are basically just going to be a milk run once Tokyo falls. Engaged at Mindanao. Nice. What are you doing? You're attacking and then okay. I want you to attack and then to attack. Alright, actually they have enough and it's damaged enough that I want you to jump to raiding this. Davos scouted. This Mindanao port is not scouted yet. Once you finish your raid, please scout. Actually, just raid, scout. Engage defenses with bombers. Ooh, something you might see when you're scooching back is Richelieu came under the concentrated fire of a carrier task force and survived running away, obviously. She also demonstrated the intensity with which ships are capable of keeling over in the game in heavy turns. I'd never noticed that before. Yep, and I can actually send you to collect from Nagasaki. Yep. Vessels, Moloch Sea. Oh! Oh, okay. This whole Philippine operation was made to flush these out, but I guess they flushed themselves out. Oh, that's a bunch of light carriers. I'm gonna have to run these away. They can't. Even if that's probably Yamato class battleships. And who has an air group ready to fight them? These ones do. But I'm not in a hurry to fight them. I am in a hurry to finish these to take most of those Philippine islands. So I will send French fleet to get its planes back, and then I need more of these destroyers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Specifically, just be a French battleship that can run away from it. Because if you're running away, you can pull them across the AA, and you can become almost immune to 1 or 2 carriers worth of torpedo bombers because you'll bring down most of them. Exactly. And be able to escape the rest. Yeah. I'm going to have to cut it before those operations finish. How long until they hit Tokyo Bay? They're going to take a while, actually. I'm going to. Okay, those are all headed to recon. Okay, they're not all headed to recon, but they are all headed to a place where they can recon. So I'll bring her in through here. Yeah. I'm going to bring you forward here, and then you'll raid and wait while once the island of Mindanao is completely taken back. Scout, um, scout, go scout, and then in what will probably be the last stream in the series, hopefully, it'll be a race to pick up these. Yeah. Because I managed to work around her morale issues properly, she was going at 32 knots the whole time instead. And somehow, where is it? Where is she? Here. Somehow pushing this button that I can't push again for I don't know why made her go 45 knots for like 10 seconds. Carrier is coming to carrier position. You are trying to get sent. I'm trying to send you to scout this. Please scout it. I need you to just sink take these two. Work out straight. Yeah, they're here to play. Unfortunately for them, they've kind of already lost because they could take all this. I don't think I have a feeling that plenty of these don't even set up objective points because they didn't bother coding them in. But it's not going to matter if they have Darwin if that's the only port they have. They'll have like Darwin and Wake Island, and that'll be it. Yeah, there's an objective to raid it, but I don't actually even need to. Is it scouted yet? Come on, scout. Into now. And now, say go here, and then amphib and amphib. So that should fire properly. These are going to get their repairs. The battleship is coming to them. Second battleship. One battleship here. Oh, it's another. I'll send her all the way around. You know what? Is that, will that need it? No, it won't. These are set up as a reserve and an alternative to do stuff and things. Even more carriers are popping out every time I check. Revol's shipyard ready. No, it is not. Truck, yours. Yes. And it's filled with orders. Is Shanghai's ready? Almost. And you, I need more cruisers to do cruiser things. Come on. Come on, do it. Why are you so slow? 24 knots. Are you going slow too? Yeah, I don't. They're going down. I don't care a ton about it. I'll send those over to Palau just in case they can escape. Yep, they're having a bad time. All right. While you're here, Mindanao fired. I think I'd have a like 1 hour early in it, but it's yeah. I have that on the roster to do. I think I'm going to use the stream format, refined by additional practice, rather than the video let's play because that builds up a lot of backlog of just me pairing out little spaces and things that get on my nerves and then forgetting to come back to it. Here is a countered enemy close enough that they're doing this. Wow, that is a lot. Okay, that is a massive ring of carriers. And this is Newfoundland. Can you go into a group with crew? Oh, yes. Let me get you all in the right positions. Okay, you stay there. You two, go in the cruiser ring. You, cruiser ring. Cruiser ring. Destroyer ring. Destroyer. Horde, really. It's a better descriptor. And then these two up in the carrier ring. Where are you? This is the carriers. This is the destroyers. This is the cruisers. I'm going to send the cruisers in on top of them and the destroyers in on top of them just to get them killed as quickly as possible. So now everybody's shooting at everybody and nobody's coming. You gotta have a good time. Vampire is the first to go down. Darn. Vigo. Wait a minute. Everybody go to battle stations. I think plenty of you aren't in battle stations. It's probably something I should have fixed initially. Yep, there are hordes of individual fighters going on. Everybody's shooting at everybody. There's torpedoes in the water, enemy destroyers. A lot of the V-class are going down. There's a cruiser died. Gibby. Down. Vigo. Down. Not yet. Let's see how this goes. Because I'm pretty sure we have much more health and more ammo, more gun barrels. It's just a matter of not dying too much before the planes arrive. Most of what this frame rate is those planes. That's 15 carriers of different types. Okay, good. Everybody died. Yeah, it was dealing with all of those individually. Aiden, pop out. Bandit C. Did you? Yep, okay. Recalled one. I just have to. Those contested landings are feeding them a lot of war bombs. But it won't be a problem if I can take down Yokosuka and Tokyo so that they have nowhere left to build anything. This PT boat's not anything I'm worried about. Aircraft, I'm more C. Yeah, I'm gonna have to as soon as just let this landing happen, please. No, come on. Vessels near Yokosuka. Ooh! All follow-up strikes are going to have to be directed at that. That is them building another one of those 4 carrier forces. Unfortunately for them, they take far too long to build. So, you're taking another assault on Davao. Just destroy the PT boats. Spicy is taking damage. Davao is occupied. Are you getting torn to pieces? Or just teleporting around all the time? And I lost. Oh, I had selected a landing convoy that successfully landed, which means I get a bug where I need to go in and out of combat view, be able to select things again. All right, I want you backing out, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of ways to play. There's a way to play that properly, and I'm gonna be able to play it properly next time because it's already been about 2 hours. Okay. That's loaded to main menu. Now I need to stop the stream through YouTube, then through OBS, then close the game. And stream button.